Okay, showtime. Here we are. Hey guys, it's Lindley and Alyssa from your home office gifting team. We wanted to stop in and say hi. We have a presentation that we're going to put on the screen to walk you guys through the trainings, but we just wanted to pop on first and say hi so you could see our faces if we haven't met you before. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to the presentation now and we'll start going through it. All right, so we are so excited to have all of you guys here and to be doing this gifting presentation over the next 4 weeks. We've done a call or two like this before, but we kind of made it more of a training this time and broke it down and are going to really dive in a little bit deeper to all things corporate gifting over the next couple weeks. So it might seem hard to believe that it's already May. That's how I feel, at least. And at this rate, the holidays are going to be here before we know it. And a lot of companies actually, holidays might even start now. So it might seem early, but companies, especially that are on top of it, are going to start reaching out and kind of doing their research and starting to inquire with different brands and companies and getting some more information about what they can use later on this year. And then another thing that we want to stress throughout all of this is that corporate gifting isn't just for the holidays. So I know that that's where there's a big focus, and that's when a lot of companies are gifting or buying, but there are also a lot of companies that are doing this year round. So like I mentioned, my name is Lindley Carlin, and this is Alyssa Aitken that will be on here today, and we are your home office gifting team. So I know we've worked with a lot of you already, and we look forward to meeting more and more of you throughout this year as we work on corporate gifting together. A quick note, if you have any questions throughout the presentation today, we'll be monitoring the chat box and we'll answer them at the end. A lot of the items we'll go more in depth with in the weeks to come, so it might be something that we'll discuss at a later date. And then a quick housekeeping, because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, we had a really great success with launching our new Your Logo Here sample pack. So much success that it sold out very, very quickly, so we are sorry about that. But we do expect to have this back in stock by the end of this week. So if you didn't have a chance to grab one the first time around, we do have more of those sample packs coming, and those will be a great tool, and we'll go into that a little bit more in the weeks to come. So kind of first what we want to start out with is what exactly is corporate gifting and what is this training for? For us, corporate gifting encompasses any customer that's looking to give gifts to a larger group of people. Kind of 25 or more is where we set our threshold. A lot of times this is done around the holidays like we mentioned, but later on in this presentation we'll dig a little deeper into some of the other occasions and opportunities that there are for corporate gifting. This is something like your clients may want to order one of our fabulous curated gifts that we have standard, or they might want to customize their offerings, or they might even want to add their logo to something for a personal touch. So we've created this training to walk you through all steps of the corporate gifting process. So to touch on it first, we'll kind of just break down what's to come over the next 4 weeks. So today, week 1, we're going to highlight where to find our resources. We're going to touch on who to reach out to and when to do so. We'll talk about incorporating gifting into your parties and also what makes us stand out from other companies. Next week, we're going to focus on what to do when you land the corporate gifting meeting with a potential customer. So this will focus on what to bring, how to run the meeting, and what kind of follow-up to implement post-meeting. Week 3, we'll dive into all of our custom opportunities, so all the different offerings we have, what they entail, the different minimums that we have. We'll show you some examples and all of that good stuff. And finally, in week 4, we'll close it out with all of the nitty-gritty of communicating with the home office, placing your orders, those frequently asked questions, and more. So to get started, we wanted to show you by where you can find all of our current corporate gifting information in VIA University. So we'll switch over our screen here. So first of all, you'd want to log into your back office. You're going to click on Via University. Go to the right-hand top corner, those three little lines. Click on Training. Scroll on down to Corporate Gifting. And this will be the first page that we have here. So you can see the link to our custom ordering options, and we'll go into those a little bit more later. We also have the link to our request form, which is a good communication tool that, again, we'll give you guys some more information on. Below that, you're going to see some corporate gifting email templates for various reach out ideas, along with some subject lines. And then down here at the bottom is the links to resources. So we have our custom ordering guide. We have our bulk order spreadsheet. We have a link to the ONEHOPE catalog, and also some social shareables here. And then I wanted to point out this corporate gifting matrix that we have. So this is a great resource for our CEOs. It breaks down a lot of the details and ordering information for each of our corporate gifting options. So like we've mentioned, we are going to go more in depth to all of these offerings and everything that it entails. But here in the beginning, if you want to kind of familiarize yourself with all the resources that are in the back office, take a look at this corporate gifting matrix. It'll give a good overview. And if you have any questions when you're looking over everything and reviewing it all, just jot those down, because one, will either go over it in the upcoming weeks, or it'd be a great time for us to share all of the information. And we are continuously trying to work on new information, more up-to-date materials for you guys. So please stay tuned for more resources to come in this Via University corporate gifting section.
All right. Hi, guys. This is Alyssa. I just gave a quick wave before, but for everyone that's on the phone, I wanted to say hello to you too. So excited to be chatting with you guys and sharing more about gifting. As Lindley mentioned, it's been so nice to get to know a lot of you already, and we're excited for anyone that's going to join us and start doing some gifting as well. So now that Lindley's given us a little insight into where we're going these next few weeks, we're going to start with the first step to corporate gifting, which is finding a client. On this slide, the one that you'll see here, we've highlighted some of the most common industries that we've worked with, and you'll see everything from marketing and advertising, finance and investment, real estate, law firms, entertainment, hospitality. There's quite the list here, but truly, the sky is the limit. We've worked with companies of all kinds, from pest control to commercial refrigeration, you name it. We've definitely worked with all kinds. So never limit yourself just to the most popular ones, and you never know what you're going to get when you reach out to someone. So once you've identified some industries that you want to kind of target with your emails and your connections, the person that you connect with can vary quite a bit depending on a lot of factors, but mainly the company size is one of them. If it's a small company, you might go directly to the owner. If it's a larger company, we often find that the HR managers, marketing coordinators, office managers, executive assistants, and sales managers they're usually our first point of contact for gifting. And then once you've found the right person, there's so many different occasions to gift. It's always good to remind your clients that they can gift throughout the year. Of course, the first one on here is the holidays, but you have client and employee appreciation, product launches and collaborations, new client welcomes, client and company anniversaries and milestones, weddings, galas, speaker gifts. A lot of companies will do executive board gifts and thank yous to their speakers, attendee favors, new home and closings, referral thank yous, and group travel incentives. So lots of different opportunities to highlight here. There's always fun occasions to suggest, even, highlighting a varietal like Rosé All May, or a specific day like Admin Appreciation Day or World Wine Day. So the sky's the limit. In week 2, we are going to focus on how to find a corporate client and what to do once you confirm a meeting. But what you might not realize is that you're already one step ahead by hosting a party. Parties are a super great and easy way to introduce your contacts to gifting. By bringing a gift set or two to display at the party, it's a really subtle way to highlight that we not only offer great wine, but it's also added into beautifully curated gift sets that also give back. Not everyone will be comfortable asking questions about gifting. They might just want to get some initial information before they really dig in. So a lot of times we'll set a catalog alongside the gift set and have it open to the corresponding page so that they can kind of check it out on their own and see the contents of the gift and the impact and the pricing and all that kind of goes along with that. If you're introducing yourself or the host and welcoming the partygoers, it's a great opportunity to let them know that you're available to help with all of their wine and gifting needs throughout the year. So even by just saying something as simple as that, you're already kind of incorporating gifting into your conversation. Again, in the coming weeks, another new thing that you'll see in the resources is a gifting supplement. That'll be added to the resources in VAU. This is going to be a great addition to set alongside the catalogs and a nice way to let guests know that we offer corporate gifting. If your guests show interest in the opportunities, if you find that they are interested or it is definitely something that they do throughout the year or at the holidays, the lead form and the order form are a great place for them to indicate that. So there's a checkbox on both of those where they can note that they're interested, and it's a perfect reminder for you to follow up with them directly and hopefully set up a meeting. Lastly, if you've purchased one of the sample packs that Lindley mentioned, this is a really great way to showcase the custom opportunities that we have and how a company can add their logo to all of our different wood boxes and crates.
All right. So after you have, or maybe you're at a party, or we'll dive in a little bit more into the coming weeks of when you're at a meeting. But I think the first most important thing is to kind of really understand what fully sets us apart, because I think that comes up with us a lot when people are inquiring about our gifts, or if they're doing a first initial reach out, or if you start talking to someone and giving them information or send them our catalog or have the catalog out. There are other companies out there that do similar things to us. So it's important to be able to distinguish and really highlight our competitive advantages and what sets us apart and what makes us the best gifting option. So we'll run through some here. I think from our experience, our biggest advantage is that not only are we offering a great gift, but when your client purchases our gifts, it also makes an impact. So we know, obviously, out there in the world today, not only, we're not the only company that's doing things like this. There are a lot of great companies that are starting to incorporate a give back into their products. However, you're not going to find this with many of our direct competitors. So some of the ones, that come to mind: Wine Country Gift Baskets, Harry and David, Olive and Cocoa. They have similar offerings where there's food and wine and whatnot, but they don't have the give back. So with our product, you can gift and give back, which I feel like is a huge selling point, and usually one of the first things that we try and bring up when we're talking to someone about corporate gifting and about all of our offerings. Personalization. So we've introduced a lot of great ways for your client to add their logo and their personal touch to one of our great gifts. So we have a whole week dedicated to this, but for those of you that haven't necessarily seen them, we have a bunch of your logo here options that we offer. So both for the gift boxes and the gift crates. On the gift boxes, they can do a custom sticker or a custom sleeve. And then on the wood crates, we have some branding, both color and wood branding as well. So again, I think week 3, is that what I said? We'll be going through those a little bit more. But just as you're looking through the information, just so you guys have an idea of what those personalization options are. We offer competitive pricing. So not only do we offer gifts that are across all price points to accommodate budgets of all size, we know, some of the feedback that we get, or when companies are initially looking at us for gifts, is that they may have a spending limit. They might not be able to go over $25 or $99, or they are just, in a certain budget for the number of gifts. So we have a full catalog of products that can accommodate all of these different price points with various options. And we also get a lot of feedback from our clients that our gifts are not only cost effective, but a great value. So we can help anyone in anybody's price point, and they're going to be getting a good quality product as well. Our concierge service. So your client has you as their direct representative for ONEHOPE, and they also have us here at the home office. So we're here to support you and to support your clients through processing and questions and quotes and all of that good stuff. But that's a lot of people dedicated to a client, especially a direct rep for them. So I think that's a huge selling point when you're approaching these clients or approaching friends and family and customers about corporate gifting, is you have someone here that's going to walk you through every bit of the process and kind of do some hand holding, and we'll start you from the beginning, and we'll come up with ideas and just really figure out what's going to be the best option for your client. With a lot of our gift offerings, there's also a chance for your client to make an additional 10% donation to a cause of their choice. So this means not only are they supporting our partner nonprofit that's paired with one of the wines or the gift sets, but they also can make another impact either in their local community or with a cause that's near and dear to their heart. So I think that's a huge point. Not only does the gift already give back, but if there's something specific that they're trying to support or fundraise for, this, again, it's something that a lot of these people are already doing throughout the holidays, throughout the year. So why not help it support something that they care about strongly as well? We're a one-stop shop. So not only will our warehouse team fulfill the gifts, but we're going to ship it directly to the recipient's doorstep. So we have a program for corporate gifting where your client can submit a bulk order Excel form, and they can submit multiple addresses, so sending to different recipients all across the state, and I make it as simple as possible for them. We do ship just in the United States at this point, and there are still certain states that we're restricted on due to state laws. However, we also have those really great non-alcoholic options for those states that we can't ship wine to, or possibly a recipient that might prefer food or coffee instead. Or there are companies that don't want to send alcohol or can't send alcohol due to their regulations. So it's great that we can accommodate all of those different clients. So we do have wine, which is really great, but we also have the non-alcoholic options. We have coffee, we have the food products. So we really have kind of a solution for everyone, even if they are in one of those non-wine states that we can't ship to. But we make it easy. They send us, they send us all of the information, and they can kind of just check it off their list right away. So we'll help them pick out the gift. We'll help them get all their addresses together. They can submit their gift notes, and then we're going to fulfill it, ship it, and send them the tracking, and then they can just receive all the different thank yous. We have really great quality wine and products. So I think that our collaboration with Rob Mondavi Jr. really speaks for itself. We're not putting together a cheesy gift crate with cheap wine. We have a fantastic winemaking team here at ONEHOPE that's producing high quality and sought after varietals. So that in itself is a huge selling point. People recognize the wine, especially if they're current clients of yours, if they've been to a tasting, if they've been to a party or hosted a party or purchased. They have experience with the wine, so they know how good it is. We have that name behind us, and along with all of our gourmet food items, it's a really great gift for someone to receive. And we've had a lot of feedback from that too, and clients that have then called in and said, hey, you know what, I actually received this for the holidays and I really liked it, and I wasn't sure what to expect because I knew it gave back, and I didn't know if it was going to be a cheap wine or not taste good, but I was very pleasantly surprised because it is a high quality wine, and not only does it taste good, but it also gives back. And so now this year I want to give back to my own clients. So wine speaks for itself, winemaker speaks for itself. One of the things that we love to say is we have the three things that clients are looking for. So a lot of times they're either looking for a gift basket, or maybe they want to send a nice 90 plus point bottle of wine, or they want to do something that gives back, whether it be a donation or something charitable. But our offerings actually combine all three of these things into one. So we've got the gift basket, we have the high quality wine, and our product gives back. So they don't have to pick just one of those. We've got all of them. And finally, our catalog puts a modern spin on the traditional gift basket. So long gone are the days of cellophane and gaudy baskets and unrecognizable food products. Or I shouldn't say long gone, because they're definitely still out there. However, we're trying to change that. So I don't think people are as excited to receive these things anymore. There's a lot of new offerings out there. Our gift boxes and our crates are simple and modern and aesthetically pleasing. And they really create an experience for the recipient when they receive it. And for those of you that have seen, the gift boxes and the crates, you can attest to that. Is the gift boxes is very sleek, and you open it up and there's information about it donating back, and lucky you, your recipient is getting to gift and give back at the same time. And the insert in top of the box makes for a clean covering of the gift set. And they open it up, and then there's all these there's wine, which is super exciting, and then there's all these fun products in there as well. And they have the impact card, so they know exactly what it's giving back to you. And on the back of the bottle, it's going to tell a little bit more about the story of ONEHOPE. So it's not just a gift basket that shows up to their doorstep or to their desk or the office. That's some food that no one knows the brand of, or some wine that seems like it's not going to taste good. It's an experience, and it's quality products and quality packaging that people are really excited to get. And I think that that's why then we see it on social media, and we get the emails and the feedback from our clients of that it was so much more than what they've given in the past, and that they've received more thank yous than they ever have before. So those are all there probably more than you need to say to each client, but those are a lot of reasons that you can address with people when they're asking about our products, or why they should choose us for their gifting throughout the year, or what we can offer over our other clients. So we kind of sped through this really fast, you guys, because our next slide here was going to be for questions, which we've started to see them come through a little bit. And I want to just open it up a little bit more, and we can maybe put us back on the screen here and kind of talk through those.
And I know one of the popular questions in here, I think Sabrina responded to it quickly, but these presentations are going to be available later on. So I know a lot of people were excited about that slide that Lindley just covered. That'll definitely be available to you guys, whether it's in a presentation form, or we can potentially put it as a one-pager in the resources as well, for you to refer to or share directly with a client.
Okay, let me switch off this here for a second.
So one of the questions, that's a great question, Jen, just asking if the client can include their 10% donation on the impact card or the gift card. So it won't be able to go on the impact card, but it can definitely go on the gift note. We have a lot of clients that incorporate it into the message on the gift note, that whether they write their own personal message and include the donation component at the end, or they work it into their messaging. We help a lot of clients kind of draft the verbiage that they're going to use and work it into their gift note. So that's definitely an option if they want to chat about
that. Let's see what else we have in here. We have current clients get lots of thank yous. They love ONEHOPE. We love hearing that, Kaz. The other thing I was going to say too is if we get off the video here today and anyone thinks of anything that we didn't cover that they're hoping we're covering, shoot us an email at gifting@onehopewine.com too. Or if you think that there's something that we went over in the outline of what's to come that you think would be a good addition, we'd love to hear your feedback on that too, because this training is really for you guys, and we want to share all of our resources and our tools, and just kind of the knowledge that we've gained in helping you guys with your clients, and to make it a seamless process for everyone involved, so that you can get more and more gifting clients, because they're really fun to work with. Everyone's super quiet today. I mean, we just like went over everything, right? Oh yes, Beth. I briefly noted on this in the very beginning, but I know that was a hot question, is when the branding sample pack is going to be back in stock. And by the end of this week, we'll have that back. So if you weren't able to snag one before, we will have that back in stock by the end of this week. It was too popular. All right.
In terms of, I think there are some questions about wording the give back by the client, the local give back or the cause of their choice. We have it's been done in a million different ways. It just depends on what the client's comfortable with, what type of messaging they're trying to send. It can be as simple as this gift also gives back to whatever the cause is, or they can get more into 10% of this gift is going back to support this cause, and it's making this specific impact. We can maybe put up some examples with the email templates and things like that, but it very much varies from client to client and just depends on how much they want to go into detail.
Abby said, do emails work as a way of reaching out? Yes, they certainly do. And we're going to cover this a little bit more next week as far as outreach and meetings and whatnot. But also when we went into the VA University resources, we do have some email templates that are up there. So obviously you can tweak these and make them how you want, but they're kind of a good starting point as far as some subject lines and some reasons to reach out. And if it's a cold lead or someone that you've met before, kind of changing the verbiage a little bit. So those are there, and we're going to be updating those. Like I mentioned, there's going to be more to come too. So those are definitely a great starting point, and email is a great way. Let's see. We had CO information included with the recipient. We've had people do that in the past, and it kind of depends on the client. So if you are working with a client and it's something that they're comfortable with including, as far as like a note at the end of the gift note, a little extra verbiage as far as reordering. It just kind of depends because, obviously sometimes clients, when they're gifting, they don't want to be trying to sell to the recipient because it's a gift and it's not a chance for them to try to get to buy something. But we definitely have done that as well on gift notes. So if this is something that you've chatted about with your client and they're comfortable with putting that on there, of course we can add whatever note you want on the gift message. And also I'll mention this too, and we can go over it later on also, but as far as like if someone was came in through the website, if they didn't reach out to you specifically, we have a spot on the form, the corporate gifting request form on the website that asks if they were referred by a CEO. And then any lead that comes in there, even if they don't put that they were referred by anyone, we always ask that. So that's our first question when we're chatting with people is, hey, how did you find out about this? So in that sense that we can track it back down if it was your client. We'll make sure it gets to you in that way as well too. Oh, and thank you, Kendra, for your nice note. Okay. Any more questions here today, guys? We started out small because we didn't want to overload all of this information. Since we have the 4 weeks, we were like, okay, we're going to spread it out. And then I think we got so excited about it, we started going through it really fast. But again, this is just kind of the intro. So we wanted to give a good coverage of, hey, this is what corporate gifting is. This is who we can reach out to. These are reasons why we can reach out, because I think we get stuck on it's the holidays, and it's not always. There's so many reasons to reach out during the year, and there's a lot of people out there that do gift consistently, and those are, I mean, a big order one time of year is awesome as well, but consistent business is even better. So wanted to give you a little bit of details there, kind of make sure you guys are familiar with where to find this information as we're updating it too, so you can always check back, and we'll make sure to update in the Vine and everything when there's new materials there. And then over the coming weeks, we will go into a little bit more detail and more of the nitty gritty on each of these different things. So we'll really focus on the meetings. We have a great presentation to share with you guys that I think you'll really like, that you can then use in your meetings. And then we'll go into your logo here options, which I think are everyone's favorite, because it gives us a little way to kind of upsell the clients. And also a lot of them are always asking about personalization and branding when wanting to do corporate gifting.
And like Lindley said, this is just a launching off point, and she mentioned this at the beginning, but if there's anything that you didn't see in kind of the sneak preview of what we're going over in weeks 2, 3, and 4, or something you are really excited to get more information on, just send us a note, gifting@onehopewine.com. Just shoot us an email and say, hey, I'm really curious about this. It might be part of our plan already, but if not, we'll try to work it in.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, thank you guys. It's so nice to see everyone, and we're excited.
We'll see you next week.